Once again, we're here at Serious and Silliness. Before I start this video, please subscribe, please share, please like, please make comments. It all is a big help. So I'm going to make this video for several reasons today. One of the reasons is I did a MGTOW video, men going their own way, a couple of weeks ago, and it got a big reaction. Some comments, some negative, some positive, but mostly negative, from guys that follow this kind of philosophy, if you will. The other reason is I have kind of gone into this explanation before without really getting in depth into it. This video is going to be about men want sex and women want commitment. I've said this before, but I've never really gone into explaining what this means and how to utilize it. The other reason I'm doing this is because my sister-in-law told me she likes the videos about when I compare men and women and the differences. So I'm going to do this one for her. All right. So men want sex, women want commitment in relationships. You see, but here is what people don't understand, is that women control the sex, men control the relationship. The issue is men don't realize that they can control the relationship. They give it up. They give that power up to the women all the time. And women ultimately use it. If you give that power up, what happens is your woman or your girlfriend or wife, whatnot, inevitably will get bored and will not treat you right, if you will. If that makes sense. It will make sense in a couple of minutes when I explain it. Okay, let's start with men want sex. Well, that's just it. Men want sex, especially young men, especially guys under 35. I mean, it is the driving force, right? You meet a girl, any guy that meets a girl, first thing thinks about is if he would have sex with her. If you look at other species on this planet, there are male species that would literally fight to the death to procreate, to mate with another female of their species. Elephants do this, gorillas do this, lions do this, so on and so forth. They will literally either fight to the death or somebody runs away. And the one who doesn't run away is the alpha. And that's the one who gets to procreate. That's how important it is for men. Women understand that they control the sex. I can't have sex without your permission. That would be rape, right? And nobody wants to do that unless you're a rapist. And, then they get what they get, right? Prison, whatnot. Women hold that, okay? They hold sex. They're the ones that say yes or no, right? Women have that power and women really use it. So how many times you get into an argument with your girl or your wife, or she's mad at you, or so on and so forth, and she doesn't give you sex? She holds it out. She holds out. She goes, nope, not going to happen. Or how many times does she want to persuade you from either doing something, or she's so happy she is rewarding you, or maybe you're mad at her, and to get out of whatever she did, she uses sex, right? And it usually works, okay? That is, sex to a man is his Achilles heel. That's just the truth of it, okay? Men want to have sex. It is how we are wired. It is nature. It is biological. It is never going away. It is like this from the beginning of time. It'll be like this to the end of time. That's it, okay? That's just the bottom line of it. So like I said, especially younger men, you know. Okay. Women, on the other hand, their number one driving force in a relationship is commitment. They want a commitment. They want a relationship. Every time you meet a new girl, it's always, what are you looking for? Or, I don't just sleep around. Or, where is this going? Right? It's always stepping toward a relationship. Okay? Now, here's why women are so instinctively, because it is an instinct, instinctively wired to want commitment. When a baby is born, the baby needs everything. It can't do nothing on its own. Okay, it needs its mother 100% to be there, take care of him or her. Otherwise, the baby can't survive. In order for that baby to survive, she needs help. She needs to be able to have a relationship, because during primitive times, a man was her only means to survive when she was pregnant or had young children. That man would have to go out and hunt, bring back resources, bring back food, build shelter in order for her and her children to survive. If she didn't have that, they would inevitably all die. All our instincts come from primitive man, and this is one of them. It is instilled in women. It is like men wanting sex. It is always going to be there. It is never going away. Okay? Human babies are one of the rare mammals that when they are born, they are completely useless for, man, it could take them up to a year to walk, 2 years, 3 years to talk, right? When a horse gives birth, the horse, is basically standing on its legs in the first few minutes. It's walking in, less than a day, and by the end of the week, it's running, right? Human babies don't work that way. They need their mother in order for them to survive. The mother needs to do everything for them. So she can't possibly bring resources home and at the same time provide what needs to be necessary for the child to survive, okay? She needs to build a relationship. So she needs a man in her life. So instinctively, women want commitment, okay? Here's the thing. Men are gatekeepers of commitment. We are gatekeepers of relationships, but we give up that power. We give in too easy. We go, oh, okay. And once she has that relationship, and once she knows that relationship is set in stone, she kind of loses her edge a little bit. She kind of maybe takes advantage or doesn't do the things that she used to do before there was a commitment. Okay. I know there are a lot of girls here that are listening or watching, and they're not agreeing with me. But I'm going to give you a few examples and show you that it's accurate. Before you're committed to your wife, before you actually get married, generally speaking, that is the most attentive your girlfriend before wife will ever be to you. That's when she laughs at all your jokes. That's when she goes out of her way to make you happy. That's when she gives you all the sex you want. That's when she motivates you. That's when she strokes your ego. That's when she's interested in doing things that you want to do, right? Like my wife never watched boxing before for me. My wife never was interested in bodybuilding before me, right? But all these things she did. I mean, she still does. She doesn't have as much of an interest when we were first dating, but she still does. She'll still watch the fights with me. She'll fall asleep on the couch now, but she'll still watch the fights with me. But at the beginning of any relationship, it's always like that. She always is there to touch you and caress you and kiss you and cook for you and love you and give you as much sex as possible. And generally speaking, men always go, after you get married, it's all gone. Well, why? Why? Because you gave up that power. You gave up that power, and now she has it. Women know it. Women know women know when you give it up, when you give up that power, okay? Because they become bored, they lack those things they used to do, they don't give you the sex you used to have, all these things happen. They don't want to do the things you want to do anymore. They're not interested in staying on the phone all night long. You know, it's all these things are kind of out the window. All the newness and passion has gone according to them. But men still want that sex, so we keep coming. And then women inevitably become controlled. This is basically how relationships are today. It's basically how relationships work. I truly believe that the reason why the MGTOW men, the men that follow that philosophy, don't know how to handle the commitment and relationship with their woman. Here's what I mean. A guy is told in this society, in this country, that he has to be a good guy, he has to work, he has to provide, he has to be devoted to his wife, and he has to be a caregiver to his children. All that is true. Once a woman knows that you're not going anywhere anymore and that you are not going to be unfaithful, or that there is a possibility of you being able to be with another woman, once she knows that's out the window, all of this is when things start happening. I'm going to say something, and it's not going to be very politically correct, and a lot of women are not going to agree to this, but it happens to be true. And again, I'll give you some examples. Your wife or girlfriend or whomever needs to know that she is replaceable. I know, it's horrible to say. When a man is able to seduce other women, for some strange reason, women comply easier. Don't know why. This is just what it is. Well, I do know why. Okay, let me rephrase that. I do know why. They're afraid of losing that commitment. Okay? In order for you to at least have somewhat of the upper hand and at least somewhat be treated with respect, your wife or girlfriend needs to know that you can get another woman without a problem. She needs to know that if you walk out the door, you are going to have the ability to meet another girl in no time. Somebody that could replace what she does. Right now, every girl is saying, that's not true. No, no, no. I don't know what kind of girls you're dating. Well, I'll explain and I'll prove it. Have you ever been in a relationship, talking to the men now, and the man was kind of, out of shape, and he got a little belly on him, got a little man boobs going, and the guy goes, you know what? I gotta get in shape. I'm gonna get in shape. This is too much. I'm gaining too much weight. I'm gonna go to the gym. going to start taking some maybe Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or I'm going to start weight training, or I'm going to do CrossFit. And the guy tells his wife, yeah, you know what? And she's like, why? What would you do that for? Immediately tries to kind of shoot it down, right? And then if he does go to the gym or does do one of those things that I just named and starts getting in shape, she kind of like shits on it, for lack of a better term, right? She'll be like, oh, please, it's all he does. Now he's all into himself. What are you're gonna, well, I think it's ridiculous that you're gonna be all into yourself. Now you're like a meathead, right? What are you gonna do, spend all your money on supplements? Oh, let me get you going to the gym now. You can't stay home. Or they'll say, don't go to the gym, stay home with me, come on, let's watch a movie, let's order pizza, let's eat ice cream, blah, blah, blah. It's because they don't want you to be attractive to other women. They're afraid of losing you, okay? Men don't realize this. This is why men get shitted on. I'll give you another example, okay? Why do you think, how many times have you said to yourself, my God, look at that girl, she's so pretty. She's got such going for. Why is she with that asshole that treats her like crap? Why is she with that guy that won't marry her? Why is she with that guy that just dumps her and keeps on coming back and she keeps accepting him? Because that's what keeps her in check. She's dying for that guy. That's what keeps her excited. That's what keeps the passion flowing to her. Okay? If you decide that you are going to give up that power and just go, I am devoted, I will marry you, and I will be faithful, and I will do whatever you want because you're my wife and that's what I've been taught to do. Well, she is going to lose interest. Okay? Give you another example. How many times have you met a girl, I'm talking to the guys now obviously, how many times have you met a girl and you like her so much that you call her the next day, or like, you're like, hey, well, let's get together. You're on the first date and you go, hey, let's make plans now to get together. The next, you like her, you're like, oh, I'm really into her. What happens? She gets turned off. Inevitably, she gets turned off. And then they use words like, oh, he's a stalker. It's not a stalker, he likes you. You figure you'll score points if you send her flowers at her job. Oh, you're a stalker. You score points if you go visit her at her job. You just pop in because, you had a really good date and, you figured it'd be nice and, oh, he's a stalker. Okay? Take that same scenario where a guy treats his girl like crap. She catches him with another girl. She sends flowers and apologizes. What happens? Oh, he loves me. I'll take him back. I'll try. He made a mistake. Now, don't tell me you've never witnessed this. Don't tell me that I'm the only one who's seen this. This is common. This happens all the time. I'm not saying to be unfaithful. I'm not saying not to get married. All I'm saying is your confidence and your ego and your aura, your energy should be, you're the lucky one. I can get another one like you. You don't throw it on her face or anything like that, because that's just rude, right? But she has to know. And it's always in a person's energy, in a person's aura, in a person's confidence. It's always there. It's a man. I mean, you could see it. You could see the difference in a man that's confident, so on and so forth, and a man that is able to speak right and say the right things. A man that is keeps himself in good shape. A man that makes a good living and knows what he has, knows what he's worth. He's a very attractive man to other women. Okay, so much so that a lot of times women will not date him or will not approach him or whatnot, will avoid him because they're afraid of other women that might be attracted to him. Some women will actually date down if you see my other video that we've done 2 of them, because their instinct is to manipulate in order to save that relationship and keep that relationship going. How many times have you either happened to you or you know somebody whose wife or girlfriend is telling him that he is lucky to have her? He would be nothing if it wasn't for her. Okay? She's convincing him that, please, you would be nothing without me. Why is she doing that? She's doing that because she doesn't want him to go anywhere. Her instincts are telling her, if I keep him down and I will just demoralize him, he will not go anywhere. The problem is that backfires and then she becomes uninterested and not attractive to him. Okay? Women are attracted to men that are confident. Women are attracted to men that are able to seduce other women. They're able to meet other women without a problem. Your attitude as a man needs to be like that, even when you're married. I hate to say it, but it's the truth, okay? I'm not saying to be rude. I'm not saying to mistreat your wife. I'm not saying to avoid your responsibilities, but just have that attitude or ego about you, right? Where she knows that you can replace her. Doesn't mean you're going to. Just means that it has to be like that. And you'll see the difference. Here's how you do it, okay? I mean, it's just so simple. Just don't give in to her all the time, right? She has to know that she is not in full control, okay? All right. We play cards every Friday night with your boys, okay? Sometimes after you go play cards, maybe you go out for a drink or two. Maybe before you go out for a drink or two. Maybe if on Fridays, if you and the guys from work go out for a few drinks. Don't stop doing it. She will tell you, she will make plans on Friday night, she will try, she will do everything she can, and you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it. So you give in. You go, okay. Okay. That's one more step toward her control. Just go and just deal with her bitching. She will get used to the fact that you go play cards and you go out every Friday night, okay? And then what inevitably what will happen is she will respect you for your ability to stick to your guns, for lack of a better term. In the long run, she will respect you. The first couple of times when she goes, oh, I make plans Friday night, and you go, you know I play cards Friday night. I know I go out with the guys from work Friday night. I go to the gym on Friday nights. Whatever it is that you do, Well, yeah, but I made plans. You've got to stick to you. You've got to be a little bit of a prick and go, you knew this from the beginning. You knew I play cards on Friday night. You get as mad as you want. I'm playing cards Friday night. I know it's easier said than done because nobody wants to deal with the headache coming home. She's all and nasty and whatnot. Just do it. Okay? Because in the long run, she will respect you. All right? So that's what it means. Okay? I mean, go to the gym, stay fit, stay in shape, make a good living, have a career, make good choices, okay? Don't be afraid to talk to other women just to talk to them, okay? Don't shy away because, oh my God, my wife is around. It's the worst thing you could do, okay? Speaking to somebody is not breaking the law, okay? I'm not trying to tell this to the men to start trouble. I'm trying to make men aware that it is possible to have at least somewhat of the upper hand. I've seen so many men get treated like shit. And they lack the backbone and the balls to do anything about it. Know your worth. Know what you're worth, okay? Anyway, basically, so that's basically what I'm trying to say, all right? Men are the gatekeepers to the relationship. Women are the gatekeepers to sex, all right? If you give up that power, men, and you just say, I'm yours, that's it, and I'm going to abide by everything you say, oh, it's just a one-way ticket to hell. It's not going to work. I have friends that are girls that actually tell me, I need a guy to keep me in check. I need a guy to put me in my place. I need a guy to say no once in a while. They will be happier. You will be happier. The relationship will be happier. Okay? When they are in complete control and you're like this, everything you do is no surprises. You make sure her emotions are like this. Everything you do is no surprises. Okay? Her interest in you is going to go. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. But women react better. Women behave better, I guess you could say, if her emotions are like this. Okay? Men do better if they're stagnant. Right? Like if you're a man who is responsible and for something you had a hiccup and money's not coming in, oh man, you're fucking pulling the air out of your head, right? All right, did you ever see that movie Goodfellas? When she knew he was messing around, right? And right, I'm talking about Ray Liotta and his wife, and he was with his other girlfriend, and his boss, Paulie Cicero, I think it was Paul Civino, and Robert De Niro comes in and says, they try to convince him to go back home. You got to go home. She's not going to leave. She might kill you. She's not going to leave you, right? She never leaves him, no matter what. She even knew who the girl was, and she even knew where she lived, and she went to the house. She went to her and said, stay away from my man. I'm not saying that's an extreme type, okay? That's a guy who is just a gangster, and that's the gangster lifestyle. But it doesn't have to be that extreme. Never give up your guy's night. Never give up your social life. Never give her into confidence. Never let her belittle you or make you believe that you're nothing without her. That's the worst thing you could do, okay? I don't agree with treating her like crap. I agree with really having fun with your wife and having a healthy relationship. But in my experience, the best relationships are the ones that are like this. And every time I see a relationship that goes into the shit, or a relationship that ends up in divorce, or a relationship where the woman just destroys the man, it's always when the man gives in. When the man just basically submits. Then the woman has no respect for you whatsoever. Sad but true. And every girl will go, no, that's not true. I don't care what you say. Look at the proof. The proof is in the pudding. Think about every guy that is completely and totally faithful and will do anything for his wife and does not want to rustle any feathers. Think of how she treats him. If you know the couple well, think of how she treats him. Okay? It's inevitable. It's the truth. I'm sorry that I have to say it and so blunt and so truthful. It's the God's honest truth. Okay? Another thing that brings these women stock down is that they're the gatekeepers of sex. They just give out sex constantly. I don't normally do this, and they're banging away. You hear it all the time. There are friends. I used to kid around with my friends and go, if I hear a girl before a date go, I never have sex on the first date, I knew I was having sex on the first date. Every time, how many times have you heard before you had sex with a girl, I don't normally do this? There's something about you. Something about it. But when they do it, they're on the phone and they're texting you and they want to know that you're not going anywhere. Oh, because But that's when men give in. That's the beginning of when men give in. Oh, well, she likes me, so I'm going to return her call. I'm going to call her. I'm going to text her back. I'm going to give her what she wants. And that works until you are completely committed. Have you ever seen that couple that is engaged and never got married, right? They get engaged, the girl wears the ring, she's, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. And you say, when's the wedding? And she goes, oh, we're not in a hurry. We've been engaged 5 years already, not in a hurry. I call it the shut the fuck up ring. It's basically a ring that just makes you stay without committing, right? Well, there was this comic, Patrice O'Neal's great comic. I'm actually gonna just let you watch it because it makes all the sense in the world. It sums up basically what I was saying. But that's it for now. I hope my sister-in-law likes this one. Please don't, I hope you're not offended or anything because I said the truth, because my sister-in-laws I love to death because they're good to me. They're good to my mother. They're great to my brothers. They're great to their kids and their stepkids. So, and I guess I should have like a, what do you call it? I don't know what you call it. Like a disclaimer. Like, I'm not talking about my family. I'm not talking about my cousins, my sister-in-laws, my friends that are girls. I'm not talking about you. I got a couple of comments. I'm just talking in general, okay? But, all right, so that's that. And I am going to let you go for tonight. Today is Thursday. This weekend, we're having a Halloween party. Me and the wife have a Halloween party every year. I'm hoping that it's a good turnout. A lot of people aren't coming because they're kind of still worried about, Corona and whatnot, which is understandable. But for the ones that are coming, it's going to be mostly outside because the weather is held up. So that's how we're going to stay safe. We're going to have a lot of fun. I'll be DJing. That's right. I'm going to be DJing. And, okay, serious and silliness. Remember, subscribe, comment, like, share, and I'll see you soon. Later.
We're like, I'm trying to make it so women just understand a little bit of just to sympathize. It's like we're like sport fishermen. This is what I'm saying. Men like to fish, and sport fishing is different from catching fish for food. You just get it, you catch it, and you show your friends. Because you want them to know that you can catch fish. You take a couple of pictures so you can show people the fish that you have the ability to catch. And then you release it back into the water. But a lot of women in here, you have boyfriends or husbands. You a fish that jump back on the boat. And just was like flapping, looking at me like, hi, I was wondering if you're going to be fishing here again next week. Like, yeah, for other fish. Get off my boat. Is that how you treat all the fish? You'd be like, oh, God damn. Nope, I'm sorry, sweetie. You're the last fish I ever wanted to be with. Now you stuck. You're stuck with the last fish who was loving you and fighting hard to be on your boat. Then she got comfortable, and now instead of doing this, she's like, so we've been together for like a year now. Why do you still have a boat? You'd be like, so what's she trying to say? I can't catch fish no more? Why do you need to catch a fish? Because if I lose my ability to catch fish, then you're not going to find me sexy no more. So you got to smell fish on me so that you know I can catch fish so you can act right. That's like, guys, you meet your girl, she was a hoe. Like, had whole, she big old booty and this and that. You got to let her do that. Don't start trying to frump her up and get her fat and get her foul. Because that's why you like her. I don't want no woman that no other guy's trying to. I don't want a woman that I can send to the store at 2 in the morning. Because nobody's going to try to rape her. Like, I go get some bread at 3 in the morning. Hey, cut through the alley, bitch, because I talk to the junkies. They don't want it. They don't like it.